Hello everyone, this is Jasmina, and in this video I'm going to talk about Feng Shui for wealth. Now wealth is different from income, and I think a lot of people know this, but wealth is what you own, the value of what you own, minus the value of what you owe to the bank or whomever. Now you can improve your wealth in three different ways. You can earn more, which of course you still have to save some of that, but you can also do it with smart investments or spending less. When it comes to earning more money, the very best way you can do this is to improve your skill set. And this is one very surefire way of at least being qualified for a promotion. And usually you will get it if you work hard. So this could mean learning a new technical skill. It could be learning how to handle people and problems better. Sometimes a degree is required. It depends on how nitpicky your company is. But if you can prove you can do the work, you typically don't need the degree. Also, improving your performance is a great way to increase your income. If you're in sales, that's pretty obvious because every sale you can close, you earn more. But it's true of any job. The more you can get done because you've streamlined your method, the more likely you are to get a raise and also a promotion. Now, Feng Shui helps in two ways. You can use your growth direction, that's your personal growth direction, to help with learning, and that would be for these type of skills. And you can use your success direction to improve your performance. Most of the time you'll be working at home on your free time to do this extra learning. When you're at work, if you have to work from your office, if you're in a cubicle, this could be rather hard to do unless you're lucky. Maybe you can switch with somebody. It might actually help, but this could be a bit more of a problem. But if you ever work from home, you can use this direction. And I mean work, not learn for your work. So here is the growth directions and the success directions, and they're based on your QA number. Now, there are some home office requirements, and I have office in quotes, because if you are capable of working from your sofa, and that is you're not disturbed by other people in the house, then this can be your home office. But the sofa has to be facing one of these good directions. So a key thing is the room must receive qi, and it's helpful if it's not very cluttered. It should also have timely flying stars and good Qi properties, and sometimes what is good depends on what your job is, but that also helps quite a bit. And you can see my Feng Shui for Home Offices video for more details about these things. Now, when it comes to learning how to invest, you can do your research on basically what kind of investment you want to use, and also once you've figured out which type you want, then you can do the research on the various different types, because there's tons of investments out there. And you want to use your growth direction when you do this, because this is learning. When you actually make the investments, it's better if you're facing your success direction. That is, if you're buying online, through a brokerage or whatever, when you press the enter key, you want to be using your success direction. So of course, I think most people know this, the easiest way to wealth is through investing. You do need to understand your risk tolerance to invest wisely. Otherwise, if you are too conservative for your risk tolerance, you're going to get a rather low return because you can take more risk. If you're risk adverse and you are in a very risky thing, once you have a downturn, it will it will make you go crazy and you'll lose money. I mean, that's the way it works. So you want to match your risk tolerance with the type of investment you do. Now, there are many resources to determine what your risk tolerance is. And here's one example, but there are plenty. You can just Google find my risk tolerance or risk tolerance calculator, something like that. There is one secret, and it's not really a secret because you hear it all the time, but this takes a lot of discipline. You don't want to take your money out every time there's a downturn. This is how people keep losing money. You just have to stick through the low points. And the way we deal with it, we just ignore, we just pretend we don't have investments when the market's down. And it's successful. I mean, we've done decently well. Also, starting as young as you possibly can gives you a great advantage. And this is also well known. Now, if you are lucky enough to be in a company that has a matching 401k, put in the maximum amount they allow, if you can. And if you can't right away, as soon as you can, do it. Because if they truly match it 100%, whatever you put in, they put in, you automatically get a 100% gain. And that's, you just can't do that any other way. And of course, yes, this is for retirement. You can't take it out right away, but this is a very good way to save for retirement. Most people find that actually they don't have enough time to manage their own investments at a level needed to do consistently well. You can do well when the market's doing well, everybody can. But when things start to go a little south, then this is kind of what makes people a little crazy. So it's better, I think, unless you are already in this and really committed, to either find a trustworthy financial advisor. Now, I have not found one. I have a hard time believing anybody to be that trustworthy. But there were other ways to do it. Your 401k is great. Also, believe it or not, index funds do better than most mutual funds. So you can safely park money in an index fund and you'll be fine. It just keeps going up like the market always. I mean, ultimately it bounces around, but it keeps going up. And it does better than most mutual funds. So if you don't want to be fiddling with this, it's a great way to invest. Now, there are plenty other options. You can invest in companies, which is very risky. You can invest in crypto or NFTs, which is also very risky. But if this gives you some excitement, invest a little bit. Don't go crazy because you can lose everything. Now, if you do find it hard to either save or invest money, it is often due to a blockage. And this usually comes about because of some past experience with money. And what we do, if this is the case, we use Feng Shui to help alleviate this. Now, what we start out with is we talk and we discover if we can figure out what is the source of your blockage. Something from your past is usually what does this. And once we understand the source of the blockage, we can treat it. And then things will get better. Now, there is another way you can have repeated difficulties. If you happen to repeatedly activate one of the 3 annual afflictions, or you have an important room that has poor quality qi, either it's not getting qi, or it's got bad flying stars, or something like this. And when we're talking about important rooms, we basically mean bedrooms, your kitchen, and most importantly for this, your home office, if you have one. And if your home office is the living room, then the living room is important, and so forth. So the bad things can be either untimely flying stars or annual stars. And usually if it's annual, it goes away after a year. But not receiving qi is a problem, and also having unsuitable qi min properties, especially in your home office, for what kind of job you do. So that's basically it. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please feel free to contact me here if you have any questions or visit my ad-free site. You can also subscribe because I will be having regular updates on my monthly stuff and new videos on a regular basis too. Thank you again for watching.